Georgia on the logo, celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0. The Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Not again.
Flea flicker to get the night started. Downfield looking for Godwin. Into his hands. And guess which Dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it.
Sonny Vasil will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
And Bobo throws that thing in the end zone and
Yes!
touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line!
Sigue Ringo, corta dentro, Ringo, touchdown! Georgia!
The Georgia Bulldogs bludgeon their way to back-to-back. Glory, glory, Georgia, as the fight song says.
This is our love for each other. 1 + 1 = what? 3. We are better together and we are connected.
This is Robert Iron E. Singleton, a.k.a. D-Dog from The Walking Dead, or Alton from The Blind Side, and you are watching Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, guys, go Dogs, sick 'em.
Anytime Georgia Tech loses, it's a great day.
Right. Every time Georgia Tech loses, it starts to be all good, too. Cal, how you feeling today, Cal?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm ready to talk some Dogs, ready to go whoop up on Ole Miss today, man. Let's get into it. Let's do it.
That's right. That's right. E-Rob, you say it's game time, it's game day. Tell me how you feeling about this Ole Miss game.
As you can see, I'm dressed appropriately for the day. I am very excited for the day. I love it when the nerds are losing or about to lose, so I love that. So I'm just ready. I'm hyped up. I'm ready for my crowd to get hyped up with me because I'm feeling like I'm about to be on the kickoff team. So let's go. Let's pick this thing up.
That's right. We want to start out fast because we want our dogs to start out fast. See, how you feeling about the game today?
is our opportunity. You know, I think we're really looking for the same thing as far as the offense. We need to come out hot. We're all kind of tired of this Carson Beck that we've been getting. I just got a big time speech from my co-host E-Rob just before the show, and he just reinforced it. You know, we're not going to take any short today. We can't have turnovers. We need to start quickly. Let's get into the game plan. Let's figure out what the mismatches are because we got to take advantage of Lane Kiffin. He's in a home field environment. He's got a quarterback ready to play. And I think the Dogs, you know, we got to be ready to show up, and it has to happen early.
Right. This week we had the college football playoff initial rankings come out where the Dogs were, I think, the overall 2 seed. 3 in the polls or 2 on the actual seed. Charlie, how you feeling about that? Because if everything holds stacked, we would play the winner of Penn State and Notre Dame.
Well, right now I think it's appropriate the way it stands right now, and if the way things shake out, I do think we may have a chance to actually get that number 1 seed because the winner and the loser of the Big Ten championship, they may not keep that number 1 seed depending on who wins and loses that particular game. Right. So the way that things are set up right now, I think us being in that particular slot is appropriate right now.
Right. See, we got a lot of football to play, but in these initial college football rankings, do you think they give the Dogs justice?
It really doesn't matter to me. I think a lot of it, just like Thad said, we'll get a chance to play itself out on the field. There's a lot of big-time matchups still yet to be played, not to even mention championship games. So it will play out on the field. Right now, the fact that we're in the top 5 puts us in a position to try to earn the bye. But really, you know, we just want to make sure we're in it for the long haul, regardless of where they see us. We got to be ready as a team with momentum. I think that's more important than where we're seated.
Right. Cal, if we win the SEC, then we get that bye in the first round. But if we don't make it to the SEC championship, even if we win out for some reason on a tie, we might get to host that game here in Athens with that first, that we consider it about not playing in the SEC championship. Which would you prefer?
I prefer whatever opportunity gives us the best to play our best football at the end. It's not about us going out there trying to cherry pick to get into a particular slot. We're the team that nobody wants to play. We don't have to avoid anybody. We can go out there and play on the road. We can play in Athens. We can play in Arizona. We can play in Cali. It doesn't matter. As long as we're playing our best football, and our best football is not turning the ball over. Our best football is making sure that we go out there and play discipline. We tackle and play great defense, and if we do that, we'll be fine.
Right, E-Rob, like Cal said, I think we are the team that nobody really wants to play because they know we can get it when we want to get it. Today we're going into Ole Miss. Tell me some strengths and weaknesses from Ole Miss that you're looking at.
I mean, obviously, offensively, you always have to worry about Ole Miss moving the ball down the field at a rapid pace. So you always have to be on the alert for that. So defensively, what I want to see us take away all those big, deep shots. Keep everything in front of us and make them go 8, 10-play drives. I feel like if we do that, somewhere along the line, we'll get them in a negative position behind the sticks, and then we can go ahead and execute the things that we normally do. So if we do that, I feel like not only for this game, but on down the line, we are the team to beat, and we don't need to really worry about anyone else. We need to worry about ourselves. And like I said, we play clean on offense. We definitely, when you look at it, we're giving the ball away at a historic rate right now, and we're still winning games. So if we kind of clean that up a little bit, how good could we really be? That's what I want to see.
That's true, Charlie. That defensive line for Ole Miss is giving everybody problems. I think they got something like 93 tackles for loss on the season, and that's in 8 games. Now, our line has kept Carson Beck relatively clean. Is that something you see as a key matchup today?
Not necessarily, because one thing about, I'm a stats guy, but, sometimes stats can be skewed a little bit. Okay. Ole Miss has played somewhat of a soft schedule, and they had the opportunity to get out on a lot of these smaller teams and score a lot of points. So that allows their defense to play balls out, no defense. Right. So that allows them to play balls out and just be able to get a lot of tackles and losses and sacks like that. So sometimes, stats can be a little bit skewed. So for us, I don't think that, because we're a team that can actually score with them, right, and they won't give their defense a chance to just go all out on our offense.
Okay. Anything from that Ole Miss team, Cal, that you interested to see how we match up with, or that maybe give you some concerns?
definitely interested to see how our defense matches up with their offense. Their offense is generally explosive, but I do agree with what Shawty said as far as Ole Miss has piled up a lot of stats on inferior competition this season. When you go out there and you play the Furmans and some of those other type of programs, and you put up 70 in those games, it does tend to inflate your stats a little bit. But it's Lane Kiffin. You don't know what he's going to bring to the table. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. You don't know what he's going to bring out this week. And I think he would love nothing more than to go out there and beat us this weekend. And also, they need this game as well. Their season is on the line as far as making the playoffs. Absolutely. If they lose this game, their season is over. Their expectations that they had going in are completely over. So this is the biggest game for them that they've had probably in the last, well, I would say at least since Lane Kiffin has been there. This is their biggest game. Because if they win this game, they can propel themselves to get into the playoffs and potentially keep us out.
Cal just made a good point here. As a player, when you know things like that's on the line, does that add any motivation for you or any added pressure?
It shouldn't, but that's the reason you attend those universities. That's why you go to Ole Miss. That's why you go to Georgia to play a game of this temperature. But you have to perform on that stage because it's going to be hectic. The fans are going to demand a lot, and the coaches are going to have schemes set up to make it difficult for both sides. So, yeah, this is why you go to these schools. This is why everyone made the decision they made when they were young and coming out of high school. So now it's time to perform. Ole Miss is really looking forward to trying to capitalize on a stage like this. They've had it only a few times in the last 10 to 15 years, so a big opportunity to win, as Cal said. And Georgia, as a Georgia fan, a long former player, they have to understand what's in front of them. We got a guy under the helm, and I look at Kirby leading the team, not under the helm. We got a guy that understands what it means to play in the SEC every time we go on the road. That's why I like our chances, because I think we're a stronger team on the road, and we go into an environment and get a chance to band together. So we've got a lot to overcome. We haven't really proven everything that we want to show just yet, but we will have the opportunity.
And just to piggyback on what Cal and CA saying, just to add a little bit more facts to it, this is a year where Ole Miss got $10 million in NIL. And if you finally get the most money in NIL that you've ever got and you still don't make the playoffs, that puts a lot of pressure on Lane Kiffin, to your point.
Now, you would say that puts pressure on Lane Kiffin, but the players don't feel that pressure, you know what I'm saying? Just Lane Kiffin.
Right.
But if your coach is tight, he's feeling the pressure, baby, it's that trickle down effect. So you don't want that at all. You can help.
Right. Good point.
I think Jackson Dart feels it. I think those transfers out of the portal feel it because those are specific discussions. That schedule was made over a year ago. They knew this was coming. This is one of the reasons why they made the decision. So, yeah, those players definitely understand it. It shouldn't change how you approach the game, but the reality is in front of you. This is one of those get money games that we always talk about. This is that stage. And they all have aspirations to play on Sunday from first team to third team. So it don't matter who you are. If you make a play on Saturday, if you make a play tonight, you got a chance to be somebody. That's where the opportunity lies, regardless of your opponent. This is the biggest stage you'll find.
Right, and I think that's what I was thinking from a player perspective. I think it's more so, this is one of those big games when you go out and what we say, earn that money. You know what I'm saying? You don't earn the money against Furman or against Maine or UMass. You earn the money playing against Ole Miss. You earn the money playing against Georgia. So I think in these type of stages, the playoff picture for the players, they think about it, but it's more so I'm trying to get to Sunday. So let me go out here and have a big game. From the coach's perspective, I think Lane Kiffin, he hear the noise. He knows people don't believe in him in big games. And then Kirby just knows how to keep chopping, keep steady going.
And think about this too. Once again, we all on the same page right now. Think about if Ole Miss loses this game. What motivation do those players who paid all that money to have now that the playoff picture is over?
I think that's it too, because not every school, I know here, they kind of earn their NIL month by month, but not every school does that. Some people pay it up front. And then if you get into the situation where you have 3 losses, not just 3 losses, 3 SEC losses,
Correct.
I think that pretty much does the playoff chances in as a player who's gotten your NIL already.
Right.
And you know you're not making the playoffs. I think that's a difference.
Well,
one or two ways. Obviously, you can fall off, and you'll see the production in the last couple of games of the season. If they go out there and they lose a game or lose two games to finish the season, you can say, well, Lane Kiffin, because what I say, even if you don't fulfill what you started out at the beginning of the season with, but your team still plays hard, they still play disciplined, and they try to figure out a way to finish, that says a lot about your program. Yeah. Not to continue to beat a dead horse, but I always say, like Florida State, right. I'm going to continue to bring that up. I think you can lose the program. So I think we'll see, once we go out there and we beat Ole Miss down today, we'll see where Lane Kiffin is as far as where his program is. Do they still continue to go out there, fight hard, finish the season strong, or do they give up and do guys say, let me get ready for the draft?
Right, and I'm with you, Cal, and I think our resident South Carolina fans always join the stat guy said that in the offseason. When you lose by 60 in a bowl game, and then you going into that's some carryover. And I know that they don't have the horses they had last year, but still, 1-8, that says something about how you came into the season. So I think what you're saying is all the way valid, especially like Charlie said, the $10 million roster that they got over at Ole Miss, and we win the game tonight. That pretty much take them out the playoffs. These guys might check out. And then you never know how they're going to finish the season.
And that's why I feel like it's a bad model, because what can Lane Kiffin do? If they lose this game today and there is nothing to play for, so how do you motivate these young men? So then what does your program look like? And that's why I think it's a bad model. I think they need to have something to play for. You need to earn something. And if you come to Georgia, if you make plays here, you can make money. But giving it to them up front, you just run the risk. I just don't like that model when you talk about the motivation. You want to kind of keep that carrot in front, something to work towards.
You know what's crazy about the situation E-Rod is? Whether they win or lose, whatever model they use, whether they give him the money up front or not, guess what? He's going to ask for more.
Talking about the amount of NIL.
Exactly. He's going to ask for more.
You talking about the coach, Lane Kiffin? Of course he is.
I'm just saying to your point, don't even really matter if whatever model they're using, he's still going to ask.
So let me ask you this: if they the $10 million this year, right? So and they don't get to where they want to go, he asks for more. Will he get it? In Ole Miss, will that happen?
I mean, that's the only way you can justify giving them a shot to win.
Right, because I will say in Ole Miss's tenure.
Yep.
Man, even though he hasn't won the big one, he's probably one of the better coaches in the history, right? So, if you think about Ole Miss, let's talk about Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, that was a guaranteed win. Now, at least you know they're going to have a roster, they're going to have an offense, and they're going to be able to put a good product on the field and at least give you a game. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I definitely think he's going to ask for more, because this is going to be the first time in probably the last 3 years that he's actually going to need to change his quarterback. I may be wrong. I don't know if Jackson Dart has any more 4 years, if he has any more eligibility left. He's going to be in the draft this year. So he'll probably have to go out to the portal, obviously, to find a quarterback as well. I don't know much about the depth that they have in that position, but they seem like that's the type of school that obviously is, if they are going to compete, they're going to have to hit the portal pretty heavily every year to be able to compete.
Right. Now, from a UGA perspective, what are you looking for us to do good today so that we can put that pressure on Ole Miss and not allow their defensive line to get see out?
I look for us, for the first time in about 4 or 5 weeks, to be efficient on offense, not in the fourth quarter. I look for us to come out and be the Georgia that we've seen in past years, where boop, 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 touchdown. Boop, 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 touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Not turning the ball over, doing the thing, running the ball, keeping them off balance, throwing it, running it, reversing, things of that nature. But being efficient on third down, that's something that in the last couple of years on third down, we were one of the best in the country. This year, we've kind of fallen off. Once we get those things cleaned up, I'm going to be really interested to see how good this team really is.
Right. See, from a weakness standpoint, tell us something we haven't done well that you want us to, or we're getting better at, that you want us to be really good today, or at least show some improvement today.
Exactly what E-Rob was talking about. that bump, that getting the ball down the field effectively and efficiently. We haven't shown it yet. We're hoping for that.
Start, stop.
Yeah, we need for our quarterback to get it down the field. We understand it. I think what I'll say is I look to see my offensive line continue to get healthy. So the running game should play a factor. We should be able to alleviate some of that pressure from across the play by running the ball more efficiently. I think a higher yard per carry average. I think we've got more backs available because the season's gotten longer too. So some of those freshmen have grown up. Shot the young people scored his first touchdown last week down at Jacksonville. So we've got running backs that are ready, I think, now to be a lot more competitive. And I think we can lean on the run game because we should have Tate Ratliff back as well. So strengthening the running game will help the offense overall. It'll definitely help Carson there. And on the other side of the ball, we got to create pressure. I like to look at both sides and make sure we keep Jackson guard from being comfortable. I want to see my linebackers go back to what we did last year.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to agree with CA about execution. I think that's what CA talking about, what CA we all talking about. That execution that we were missing, from like 21, 20, 22, to 23. Down the field, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 play drives, score, ending a touchdown, if not a field goal instead of a turnover. From an X's and O's standpoint, Sonny, how do you want us to come out on offense? Because last week we talked about going against Florida, how we would need to come out and do a whole bunch of, extravagant things, especially on defense, but on offense as well. What do you think a good plan would be today, considering Ole Miss definitely has a better defense as well?
What I would probably want to see from an X and O standpoint, I would like to see a lot of short half rollouts for Carson in the running game and Carson that foot.
Y'all talking about Georgia Tech a little bit too much.
From an X and O standpoint, again, I would like to see maybe some short. I like to see Carson in the short half roll. Not necessarily full rollouts, but short half rolls. Just to get them out the pocket and move the pocket, to make that defensive line have to move and try to tire them out and make them play into that depth chart. The one thing I will say, the main thing I really want to see on offense that we've talked about is in the weeks past. It's not necessarily what Mike Bobo is dialing up or not dialing up. We got to execute. That's what I want to see us execute. Whatever we call, we need to execute and do it very well. And that's what I think we really need to do to win this game. It's not necessarily about what we are calling. Where we just have to execute. That's been a problem.
Right. And then shout out to my boy KC. Mentioned the weather may be a factor today. Now it's clear here, but it's supposed to rain down. Your team has been really elite in the running game. We know when it rains, that takes away your athleticism and then you have to rely on that. If that is a factor, who you think that favors more?
I think that favors us more because I think we're able to play all fights. We're able to go out there and play high-scoring games. We're able to go out there and play low-scoring games. But I think particularly when we look at 2024's team, this team is as good as our defense is going to be. That's what I feel like. We can go out there, and obviously we need to execute better offensively and do the little things, not turn the ball over. But I think when we're at our best is when our defense is going out there, they're attacking, all our Clemson, all our the Texas game. When we play like that defensively, I think that smothers teams, it creates turnovers, it creates confusion. And I think that our offense just has to be okay. It just has to be just good enough. And I think that our defense is what's really going to lead us this year to where we want to go, and not necessarily offensively.
I definitely agree with that. And I think I was talking to my friend about it. Like with offense, especially our quarterback, like I said, not all of that stuff is on deck, but the ones that are on deck, I just want him to think about it like you just said. Basically, in terms of just live to fight another day. I mean, if our defense is clicking on all cylinders, a la Clemson and Texas, as long as we don't give it to them, I think we'll be in a good position.
Right, absolutely. And all again, like we said, the second half of that Bama game, when the defense is firing on all cylinders, I think it's hard for any team in the country. The only problem that we may have is obviously still maybe the dual threat quarterback that does present some problems for us. But I think as long as we continue to attack, we get number 11 after the quarterback, I think we'll be fine.
Right now, with this injury report, we saw Lane Kiffin play some games this week. I think he put like 28 people on the injury list. And then by the end of Friday, he was down to 11. Eron, one thing they do have at Ole Miss is wide receivers in space. What does that say for our defensive back, our defensive secondary today? Because we do have Dan Jackson in the railroad to start, as we didn't have in that 4 days.
So I'm glad you brought up Dave Jackson before I get into what we need to do defensively. So I was kind of watching some games earlier this week, and the way Dan Jackson is playing the safety position, I can't tell you how impressed I am. He's playing with reckless abandon. He's just coming in, throwing his body around, and making plays. That guy is playing at a level that I want everyone else in that secondary to rise up to. Now, Kirby Smart does a great job because I had questions about the secondary until we played Texas. And all of a sudden, that secondary played at a level that I didn't think was possible. So it seems like he finds a way to motivate these guys and get them focused when we need to focus the most. So I expect to see that today. If they know that the ball is going up in the air, the ball is going over their head. So if you're not ready for that, if you're not prepared for that, if that surprises you, then I just don't think that Kirby Smart's going to let that be fair.
Hey, I'm in agreement. So I think in that Texas game, it helped that we started getting some guys back. We started getting some guys back healthy on that D-line, and the D-line was able to put pressure on Queen Ewers, which helped that defensive backfield. We got a question here that says, do we need that CA to win the game for us or not lose the game for us?
I want to get this.
You know what? Realistically, not lose the game. Don't turn the ball over. As long as you kick at the end of every possession, Georgia will be fine. Whether it's a field goal or a punt or an extra point, we'll be fine as long as we don't turn the ball over and give free opportunity in a short field to a team that we need to beat up on. A team that's already explosive offensively doesn't deserve a short field. So we need him not to vote yet because we've got 21 other guys on the field that are going to be ready to compete alongside him. And he can rely on his teammates, to be honest with you. So this is a growth opportunity. We had 2 bye weeks already this season. You know, we're in the meat of SEC competition. We don't want to put everything on his shoulders, but realistically, we don't go out there and blow it. We're throwing 3 interceptions and allowing another team to short course. Then Georgia should be fine as far as being in a strong position in the game.
Right, you mentioned that I think Kirby does a good job of getting us prepared to play, especially at key positions. We've had a number of true freshmen this year play really well. I mean, we had KJ Bolden, we had Dwight Phillips, scored his first touchdown against Florida, kind of put the nail in the coffin. Shout out to Dwight Phillips, Sr., who was on the show Tuesday. If you listen, make sure you always
Go back and watch that.
On Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. But Shawty, I got a question for you. Whose freshman year do you think has been better? KJ Bolden or Malachi Stark's freshman year?
Wow, that's a good question. I would probably have to say, and try not to be a prisoner of the moment, and say Malachi, just because Malachi made the more explosive plays. KJ has been good and steady. I think he's had an opportunity to actually play more. But I think Malachi just maybe made more splashy, explosive plays.
That's what I was just trying to realize. I was saying, I think Malachi had the loud moments, and then Malachi also, his natural abilities, he took over after the first series in the Oregon game and never gave it up. I think one of the reasons why I think KJ's had a more consistent freshman year is because they've been able to bring him along slowly. You know what I'm saying? He was forced in the game a little bit in Clemson, but after that, we were able to kind of play in these spots.
And also one of the things that helped Malachi make explosive plays and stand out is because he had a hell of a team around him.
Right.
Yeah. So something that we were talking about, what Malachi had was on offense, we were efficient. We would get up on you. You know what I'm saying? We would get up on you early. So that's something we haven't really done. Right, exactly. So we haven't done that really this year. We haven't been efficient when we're up on you 17 and before you know it in the blink of an eye. That changes the calculus tremendously. So That's the part of that efficiency I'm talking about. Let's come out, bing, bing, bing. We up 10-0 before they know it. Then that changes what they got to do. Then that kind of makes them a little bit more, take more chances. When you take more chances, things can happen.
Right. And you know what I would say, E-Rob, you know, one thing I've been noticing over specifically this particular season, and I've been trying to figure this out over the last 2 years. I kind of took a page from CA standpoint over the years. It's almost like we play possum because we the best second half team at making adjustments in the country. It's like we never want to play our hand. It's like we just want to kind of come out and see what you got
We want to
going
exert
on.
our dominance if we can and not have to do too much.
To your point, that's what we would, as a fan, that's what you would like. That's what we would like to just come out and just throttle you and just beat you up. But it's like we just come out and just kind of do what we need to do because it's like we got bigger and better things down the road.
We know we're better than you, we know we're deeper than you, so we want to just get you out of deep water and then see if you can swim.
Yeah, I want you to weigh in on that Starks KJ Bolden comparison. Starks freshman year to KJ Bolden's freshman year.
Yeah, I agree with the other guys. I still would slightly lean towards Malachi. I think he was definitely intricate and obviously helping us go undefeated that year. There were some plays, and one big play I could think of in the Missouri game. I believe he walked the guy down. He broke out, saved the touchdown. I believe on that drive they got a field goal. So things like that still stick out in my mind. Obviously, the pick in the Oregon game. But I just thought that he was a little bit, maybe a little bit more splashier. But AJ, make no mistakes about it. KJ Bolden has been excellent this year. His tackling is something that I've been really, really, really impressed with this year. He doesn't miss a lot of tackles. When he comes up, he gets you down.
Right, he's not even that big, you know what I'm saying? But it's all about form. He takes the issue from the waist down. And I think what said kind of speaks to why I would pick KJ's freshman year is because the offense hasn't put that pressure on the other team, they've been allowed to be in their whole playbook.
Right.
And KJ, I can't actually think of any right now, hasn't missed any assignments. That's been a lot to put on a freshman to step in and have to make those plays against an offense. When we're playing a team who has access to their whole playbook as opposed to when we get up 30, now all you got to do is pass.
Right, and I think one of the big benefits for KJ as well is not only that he has Malachi, but he also has Dan Jackson. So you have two super experienced guys that you can sit back, you can learn from, you can pick their brains day in and day out, and that brings your athleticism along at a lot faster rate. So definitely been impressed with him this year. He's definitely somebody that, without a doubt, that we have needed, and if we haven't had him, we probably have a glaring hole in that secondary right now without his versatility.
It's crazy that we say that about Dan Jackson, about how important he is to his defense. And I think that we have a really good defense. And he's kind of one of those guys that I really want him out there calling the shot, getting the right where he needs to be. And then, like I said, he is shooting his gun.
Right. Oh, yeah.
He's shooting his gun at anybody who got that ball.
Right. Shout out to Curtis White, Glenn Schumann, and defensive staff for having a succession plan in that secondary because when Malachi was a freshman, he had Chris, what was Chris last name?
Chris Smith.
Chris Smith. Chris Smith was a veteran, and he taught Malachi the ropes. And KJ here has Malachi and Dan Jackson. So shout out to Dan Jackson, former walk-on, Cash Jones, former walk-on, Spencer Bennett, former walk-on. Shout out to Curtis Smart for getting the walk-ons in the game and developing those walk-ons.
And that's what I was just about to say. They just basically a testament of what happens when you stick around and stay in the program and get developed. That's all it is. As opposed to you hopped around from team to team because the NIL won right, you didn't get snaps. Look at these guys right here. If you wait your turn, be patient, keep working hard, not only you get a chance to shine, you get a chance to shine in big games. We played 5 or 6 top-ranked 25 teams this year. So everybody's eyes is on UGA when they play because we always on the big mark.
Right, which is what Dwight Phillips Sr. kind of touched on how he felt about Dwight Phillips, his son, not even making the travel roster every week. And he was like, he had told him at the beginning of the season, you got to be patient, keep your head down, work, And when the opportunity comes, go out there and shine, which you did against Florida. So that speaks to that development and that mentality, not just developing physically, but developing mentally.
Great point. Great point. I want to ask y'all real quick too. I know we spoke a lot about the safeties. How do y'all feel about the corners? Do y'all feel like the corners are coming along better? Do you feel like we'll be able to hold up well today? How y'all feel about that?
I think for me, I think the corners in the beginning of the season because, and shout out to Christian Miller and Stackhouse because they had to hold it down when we didn't have the depth on the defensive line, but we wasn't able to put the pressure on the quarterback. So they were asked to do a lot more. So I think that made it, I don't say exposed them, but made it harder. Right, made it harder job. I think they're actually coming along. Especially David Everett. I know, we kind of break down David Everett over the last, the last two seasons. But David has come to play this year, and I actually think they are getting better as the season goes on. So, what about you?
I'm going to tell you what you got to say.
I feel about the quarterback position the same way I feel about the wide receiver position. There is a high level of expectation. It's supposed to be plays made out there. They've had glimpses, just like, the glimpses at the receiver spot, probably more than the receiver spot. But, tackling is important in the open field. We got a few guys that are willing to do that. And I'd love to see more turnovers, but, that's just me being picky. I don't like to see anybody getting over the top of my defense. I don't like when corners get beat at all. So I'm hard on the quarterback position because I know it takes greatness to play that spot. But hell, there were two of them, and we don't want that regardless of who's on the field. So, it's a high demand position, but we recruited that role better than almost any other. I'm looking at 4 and 5 star guys, so that expectation level won't change. I think they're getting better. The season has gotten longer than people, I said earlier. So I like now more than what I liked earlier in the season, and I want to continue to see that development.
Right, so KC gets in and says, corners have been inconsistent. It's the hardest spot on the field. Do we need more or less man coverage?
I think we talked about it. I think it's more about the front seven and getting those guys healthy and getting more consistent pressure on the quarterback. I don't care who you're recruiting. If you're not getting pressure on the quarterback, you can't cover guys for 5, 6. It doesn't matter. They know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They know where they're going. You're at a disadvantage. So the great equalizer is a great front seven and being able to put consistent pressure on the quarterback. So we've got that in these big games thus far. I want to see it again today, and if so, then I expect our quarterback to be just fine. And I expect to see those turnovers that you want to see.
Right, and I think you're right. I think exceptions to the rule, you got guys like Charles Wilson or Champ Bailey. But I think if you look at most of these corners, they definitely play behind a better than average front seven.
He took all the sale out of my win with that because that's exactly what I was going to say. I think we definitely have to get pressure up front, and I think that's going to play part of the scheme, right? And what we do on defense. So I think this is going to be an opportunity for those corners, in my opinion. They haven't really been tested for a full game all year. This is going to be a game where we know Lane Kiffin is going to probably throw the ball, and Jason Dart going to throw the ball probably 40 times, right?
Minimum.
Right. So this is going to be an opportunity where these corners do get a chance to get tested. But our front seven is going to dictate how we play defense.
You said this at the beginning of the season. This is going to be a man up there.
Because Jason Dart, what I can tell you about this kid here, if you let him get in rhythm, he's going to be a problem.
And one thing Ole Miss is showing to that point is even when you shut down the running game like we did last year in Athens and kind of throw the whole game plan off, now in 2024, they haven't been able to run the ball consistently. Last week, Arkansas kind of stifled their run. They threw for 515 yards, Cal. Any of that worry you or because they've been able to still put yards up without having been one of them?
Absolutely. That goes back to the pressure issue. If he can just sit back in the pocket, scan the field, he's got plenty of weapons to go out there, throw the ball around, and they can make some explosive plays. But again, if we go back, we're getting guys back on the defensive line. If we can create pressure, again, the blueprint for me is what I think about in the Texas game. If we play like that up to our potential, I just don't see a lot of offenses out there being able to go up and down the field on us. They're going to have a lot of problems. I think we'll be able to create some turnovers, provided we do the little things, tackle well, make sure that we go out there, create pressure, where we don't have the quarterback going out there. He has 4 or 5 seconds to scan the field. Because if he does, they'll tear us apart. And as long as we continue to get pressure, I think we'll be fine.
Right. Is it safe to say the best overall quarterback we've played this year? Jason Dark?
Answer that. I'd like to hear your opinion on that.
Overall,
Because I would think Miro's more athletic. He's not a better quarterback.
I think Jalen Miro's more athletic. I think Quinn Ewers can throw better, but I think Jackson merges the two. He's not as fast as Miro. He's not as accurate as Ewers, but I think when you take it from the top to bottom, completely, like, if we say you can't throw the ball, he can still make it play with his legs. If we say you can't run the ball, then he can still make it play with his arms. So I think in essence, if Cade from Clemson was playing like he's playing now, I would have said maybe him because he's actually faster than Jackson Dart. He doesn't like to run, but he's actually more like quicker than Jackson Dart. But he hasn't been playing up to it. So I would say yes, Jackson Dart for sure for me. So, what do you think?
I want to pay attention, and I'm thinking about the fact we need to get pressure on him. I need Glenn Shooter to show up. I need Glenn Shooter to show up. Because I'm over here concerned about how excited can we be to Cal's point. I'm thinking about that. Exactly. We saved the game. Like against Florida, we talked about that. We're going to be vanilla. This ain't the week for that. And especially on defense, I think we have to be dynamic and creative and give him some angles on that pressure because he is a veteran.
So that goes back to the beginning question. So how do you, I don't want to ask again, but that goes back to, I just go back to what the initial question was, is that how you feel about the quarterback play, because if we have to be more exotic now with blitzes and run schemes like that, we're going to have to allow these corners to play a lot of man-to-man, right? True. And we're going to have to put them on the island against a great quarterback like Jason Clark. Right. And at some point, we're going to have to do that.
And the answer I got for that is because I think we're much healthier on defense and what we showed in Austin. Michael Williams can create pressure on his own. When you add 11 to the other side, when you add a healthy 10, we got a lot of guys that are coming off that edge and really creating mismatches. We're going to make these tackles use grab stop if you let us leave this pass for a set, and that's going to be to his detriment. So he's got to find quick options in the passing game because we coming. We don't really have a choice. Letting him sit back and be comfortable is going to kill us. So I expect us to be dynamic. We've got guys healthy, and the corners will have much more opportunities because these decisions have to be made a lot quicker.
Right, which leads me into my next segment. Is like I want us to talk about key players to the game, not named Carson. But for me, because of what y'all were saying, like we need to pressure their quarterback, they're going to try to pressure our quarterback. I think our tackles are going to be put in some one-on-ones at some point tonight. Inside you can do some chipping, you can do some double team, but at some point Green, Monroe, Freeland, and Truss are going to be put in one-on-one situations with like a Prince and Wami Ellen, their edge. And I think we got another edge on the other side. All of these guys getting these tackles for off. So today, I'm looking at both of our tackles as the key to keeping Carson upright and having a clean pocket so that he can actually look downfield, and make the smart play. Who would that player be defensively or offensively not named Carson that he needs to play good today?
It's not got 3 names.
Frazier?
No, CJ.
Specifically CJ Allen, I couldn't think of his name, but I don't even want to single out him. I'm going to say both of my inside linebackers. Because this is going to be a particular game where they're going to have to play in space. And when you're in space, you got to be able to tackle. And these guys have, for some reason, I don't know what's been going on, but it's like they've been going through the motion all season. I haven't really seen anybody making the splash plays, anybody just jump off the camera and make, films. Right. So for me, it's going to be that particular position group. They're going to have to play in space, and they play in space, they're going to have to be able to make tackles.
Right.
If they don't, we'll get exposed.
I think to that point, we're talking about how KJ came in and starts coming in and had that veteran presence on the field. Our veteran presence in Smile Monday hasn't been on the field, so they may not. Yes, they get the leadership in practice, but it's different, on Saturday. So, for you, Cal, who would you be looking at somebody not named Carson Beck for the Dogs to have a big game today?
I'm going to stay in the same position group with you, Coach, but I'm going to go with Tate Ratledge. Michael Morris is questionable for today.
Right.
Tate Ratledge is, been yearning obviously to get over the injury, get back on the field today. He's an All-American candidate, potential first-round pick at the beginning of the year. So I want to see how our interior line does as far as now that we have our back two starting guards, our center back. I want to see what that does for the run game. I want to see how many times we run it today. I would also like to continue to see the variation in the run game as well. Let's get 2-3 backs. Let's make sure to get them involved, get them the right amount of touches, and let's not go out there and throw 40 times a game. Let's be physical, get back to a grinded out type of football game. But I'm just, like I said, as a singular guy, take Ratledge because I want to see how strong he is coming back. Is he 80%? Is he 90%? Or is he back to the All-American guy?
Right. I think when we have Tate Ratledge, our run game is better. And if our run game is better, that I'm not going to say it cancels out those DNs, but it really neutralizes them because now we can run the game, run the ball. They can't just tee off like Shawty said because Ole Miss has gotten up on some guys, some teams, and they're able to just pin their ears back. When you leave out somebody not named Carson, who needs to have a good game for us today?
First off, shout out to the former wide receiver T. Small over there in the building.
T. Small
We're trying to get about 2 or 3 years. You get closer and closer coming on, man. I love it. So for me, it's two guys. We talked about this game before the season. We talked about this game being probably one of the biggest games of the season, just where it falls in the season. Everything in front of us, on the road, all those things. And I said that this is going to be a man-up game. This is going to be a line of scrimmage game. So for us, Stackhouse and Christian Miller, if they dominate this game, if they stay in the backfield, we win this game and we win it handily. If they can't find a way to keep us out of the backfield, that messes up everything that they want to do. It'll be easy win for the Dogs.
Right, the interior defensive line needs to command double teams.
Absolutely.
So that Jalen Walker and Michael Williams and
So they're
Terry
singled up.
Avery Dawkins is singled up so they can get some pressure.
Dawkins is a ball.
Right, Dawkins, he stepped up. Shout out to Dawkins for stepping up when Michael went down after that Kentucky game. He kind of came in there and was that force to be reckoned with. And now that we're getting healthy on that D line, if everybody can play those, 10 to 15 snaps with their hair on fire, I think that goes to it. CA, who are you looking at as as a potential key player today, not being concentrated?
But I'm going to give a shout out to the Tailgate Kings and our co-host, Garth Johnson. I think the tight end room is going to have a chance because play action is going to be important. He's playing. I think it won't be a secret when Georgia comes out that we want to run the ball. And Oscar Delp and Young Lucky will have opportunities in the passing game to really offset what those linebackers on the other side are doing. So I want to look at the tight end room, creating some mismatches, giving us some first downs, flipping the field for us, and helping us. I ain't gonna say his name, but helping him out and make sure we got great opportunities for the guy you don't want to be mentioned.
Right.
It's okay to say Carson Beck. It's cool. It's cool.
I said it could be your player. Hey, listen, I want those wide receivers to block good too, because if we do start running the ball well up the middle, if those wide receivers block, that's how we can have those explosive plays. You know what I'm saying? I think some of them do come every Saturday, and some of them need something to be desired on that field. But I try not to do that because I know he'll go in hard on those guys, and I don't want him to go in too hard. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Coach, I got another question real quick. I know we can ask for it, but with ETN getting a little bit banged up, I'm looking for the young guy Frazier to take a bigger role, and to kind of really announce himself to the nation that he's the next running back at the University of Georgia.
And then Bill get some of those snaps. I keep saying, Dylan Bell will be playing running back or receiver. He agreed with me. I see him shaking his head. Dylan Bell, they need to find a way to get him the ball. Right now, with the injuries we have, I wouldn't be mad at him being the number 2 back. I really wouldn't be mad at it. Because not only that, he has more film and snaps than Frazier, than anybody else back there right now. So find a way to get Dylan Bell the ball.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah, I have a problem with that.
So we need these guys, like I say, get out to a quick start, don't start slow on offense, help out that defense, and then that way the defense can show up and play. It's that time of the show, fellas, so we got to get our score predictions. Listen, so we're going to give our score predictions today. And if anybody in the crowd wants to give a score prediction, First Lady, if anybody raises their hand and wants to give a score prediction on camera, somebody said that somebody got
Oh, can we get a score prediction on thing? Look at the score prediction.
38-17 Georgia.
Starting off strong with the 38-17. My guy over there to my left. We appreciate the Go Dogs. I take that. So if somebody wants to come up, you will. We are online streaming on YouTube and Facebook.
Come on, let them know where you at. This is about to barking out here.
34-17 dollars, my guy. Right, we'll take that. We'll take that. So I'm gonna give my score prediction. Oh, C-Rob, you got one for us? Former defensive back for the University of Georgia, Corey Robinson over there.
33-17 Dogs.
CA, what you got on that?
Hey, Coach, I do want to say this. Now, the spread is only 2.5, right? 2 points. So, guys, remember that Vegas only saying we're going to win about 2 points. So, think about your money when you start thinking about these points.
What you got on this?
I like that, man. You know what? Lately, you're right. I have to think worst case scenario. You know, I want to go 40 points. I ain't seen that enough yet, man. I'm gonna go with the Dogs 24-12. It's gonna be ugly and close. They're gonna kick for a field goal. Defense shows up. 24-12 Dogs. Close.
I'm kind of on the lines of CA. I think both of these defenses are good. I think they're going to come to play, and I think the Dogs win 27-17.
And I'm also say this, guys. I don't know if you know, but it's supposed to be like over an inch of rain the other day, so the weather's gonna be pretty bad, and that might really keep the scoring down.
All right. With that said, what is your score prediction?
I'm gonna go 24-16.
24-16. Cal, what you got?
Good call. I'm gonna go 31-20 Dogs, honestly.
31-20 dollars. Okay. E-Rob, give me time for the panel.
So you guys do a little monkey wrench in my score prediction with this inch of rain.
They hate on you with 2 points for it.
Yeah, so you got me down. I got some stuff calculated right now. So let me think about this for a second. I don't even think about it. Dog, 34-17.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, I'll take that. Anybody in the crowd want to give a score prediction for the Dogs today? You got one?
31-17.
31-17.
I'm sorry, 31-17.
31-13 Dogs, of course.
I like that even better.
Anybody else?
Okay, mine.
Yes.
Just win, baby. Just win.
I'm sorry.
Any score prediction?
28-10.
28-10 Dogs. Okay. So we all believe that the Dogs defense will travel today. Okay. You got a score prediction for us. 31-28 Dogs.
Now we nervous. I don't like that, man. I was nervous the whole time.
It's always Dogs.
I don't want it like that.
Anybody else have a score prediction?
All of a sudden, the kicker just became the MVP.
Right. Listen, we have good special teams. We got a great punter. We got a good kicker who's very accurate. So let's not be scared of using the big photo. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Once we get inside that red zone, it feels up to me. We run, field goal. To be honest with you, because I think our defense is that good. So, hey man, we just came out here to give y'all a little live preview before the game started, to get y'all riled up a little bit. The game starts in a little over 30 minutes. We want to give a shout out to Creature Comfort for always being hospitable and providing a good game for us. We're always here for the away games. When the Dogs play away next year, hopefully we can get some home games. Creature Comfort's home games.
Our boy Tony Small, former wide receiver from UGA. We say 34-24? No.
34-24.
Shout out by the show again, too.
So be sure to check us out every Tuesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube on Respect the Hedges YouTube. You just type in Respect the Hedges on YouTube, or you can catch us on Tailgate Kings Facebook page, the Fanatic Sports Network Facebook page, and YouTube channel. We appreciate y'all for being here and participating. Always remember to respect these hedges, and as always, go Dogs. Let's leave by
Dogs.
Go Dogs. don't know how they expect us to do a podcast with all this beer.